And breaking news just coming in, the SUV driver that was wading through deep waters in Old Rajinder Nagar area, Manoj Kathuria, who was in fact taken into police custody after the loss of 3 young lives in Old Rajinder Nagar, he now has approached the Sessions Court challenging the Magistrate Court order denying him bail in that case. Now remember, there was an observation that was made by the Delhi High Court just yesterday where they had also called out how bizarre this entire state of affairs is, that you're going ahead and arresting a driver for wading his vehicle through inundated streets. Ananya has more details about this. Ananya, now that Mr. Kathuria has approached the Sessions Court challenging the Magistrate's Court order, we would get to know what happens about that case. But after the Delhi High Court's observation, there was no bearing on his case at all?
Well, the arguments were heard day before yesterday, and the order was reserved then and was fixed for pronouncement yesterday itself when the High Court actually made these observations. But, every court has its own view, and, there are legal remedies. That's the reason why legal remedies exist, and hence Mr. Manoj Kathuria would be exercising his legal remedy to approach a Sessions Court today. His lawyers are going to file a bail application before a Sessions Court around 11 a.m. today in the morning. And very clearly, though these observations that have come in by way of the first-class judicial magistrate, calling that his act to be a serious one, and in fact, saying that he was driving at a higher speed. But you have to understand that, at a waterlogged road, a person has to drive on a little higher speed, because if he does not do so, then, the vehicle will stop and break down there and then instantly. But how would, in fact, what would be interesting to see is that what grounds would, in fact, be taken by Manoj Kathuria's lawyers to actually challenge this particular order, where, the CCTV footage has been relied upon by the judge. And very clearly and categorically, they would also be highlighting how the High Court has gone on to, reprimand the Delhi police for its shoddy probe in this particular case, going as far as to say that, no kind of civic authorities have been even called for questioning, while, the passerbys are being arrested by the Delhi police. In fact, the court threatened that if at all the responsibility is not fixed, then the matter will go to, the Central Vigilance Commission, or in fact, before the Lokpal of India. And also, scathing observations coming in from the Delhi High Court yesterday. In fact, it has summoned the MCD Commissioner and the Deputy Commissioner of Police of that particular area to come before it tomorrow when at 2:30 when the court would be hearing this particular matter. And, yesterday also, Griya, the court has had its wrath on the civic authorities, clearly going on to point out, in fact, on the Delhi government as well, wherein it again, went as far as to say that, the Delhi government's freebie culture is something that has made, in fact, these civic authorities completely bankrupt. And, the senior officers are sitting inside their AC rooms, while the juniors are being, made the scapegoat and are being suspended.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for those details, Ananya. We'd wait